and welcome, sports fans. So, 5,000 meters. I see so many bits where people ask around what is the best tactic for 5,000 and 10,000 meters. Now, 5,000 meters, there actually isn't a best tactic, but there 100% is a best tactic on 10,000. And I'm going to hold off that video for now. So, we're going to do 5,000. But 10,000, it will be coming out. It will be coming out at some point. It will come out to my team on Athletics Championships first. So I'll probably make it private to start with, and then I'll make it public. Just because there's a competitive advantage, and you don't give away all your secrets straight away. If we look at this, so what are we doing on the 5,000 meters? 13 laps. So you can see where we start, just at the top of the track, and we see the finish line down at the bottom. Slightly different this one. We are not actually running the whole race. So the beginning of the race is simulated up until, I believe, lap 10. It's sort of like 10 and 2/3 because it's where we are. What you need to do is you need to be able to stop and hit the button when your red circle, which is you, gets to those lines. And we're talking the blue lines, not the orange lines or anything else, when we're going around. So it's going to go around. We're going to try and hit it on those, and we either get a green, an amber, or a red, depending on how well we pressed it. And what that does, you'll notice, is that sort of battery on the right-hand side. The more greens we do, the more you fill up that battery, and that will allow us to be able to do a speed boost at a point in time during this race. And you can split it up over time, or you can do it all in one go. Now, when we get to the top, essentially we're trying to fill in that grey area. We hold it down and we fill it in as it goes across. Now, the impacts are going miles over or miles under. Sometimes it does give you a worse score than a green, but a lot of the time it doesn't. It's actually pretty generous, this. As I said, there is no perfect tactic to running this race. I have tried 5 or 6 different methods, and all of those methods give a very consistent time. So let's just see. So we start, and we'll quite quickly have to hit the button. So you can see there, green, we got 6% energy. Green, 6% energy. Green. And that gave us, sorry, we got 6 and 6, that gave us 4. So let's have a look. 6, 6, 4, 6, 6, 4, 6, 6, 4, 6, 6, 4. Right. Now what we're doing is, now we've started on this, as it goes 10 to 11, we can see our energy is at 80. I don't know if you can genuinely score higher than 80. I've never done it. Is there someone out there who has? Maybe. Stick it down in the comments and put down why it's different. But I'm of the opinion that actually 80 is the maximum that we can do. So we have 80 energy, and we're going to keep going round until it gets to lap 13 as we go past that green line. Yeah? And we can choose to either use our boost now, use our boost after the green line, or a mixture of both. So, here we go. So we'll see here, I'm using it. I am of the opinion that I'm just going to use the whole lot now. And there's a reason. If you approach that green line while still boosting, you actually waste your boost. It may look like you don't, but you do. As I said, I have tried multiple different tactics, and this is correct as of this video. It might change in future iterations, but I do not like, if I hadn't have used all my energy, and occasionally I will run a slightly different race. If I don't, I will stop using my energy by about now, so I don't waste any energy as it comes through. You can see the field really don't get in your way in this event. Occasionally you get the super athletes, and I'll explain what that means in a minute. We might be lucky and see one. So we can see now we're going through to the final bit. Now, I always like to think you need probably 30 seconds. So this is with sort of level, I think this is level 13 athlete and coach. If you've got that, yeah, probably about 30 seconds is what you need. So we can see here we're at about 28 seconds. Is that going to be enough to get a PB? No, that means that we're going to finish just outside of that. We know that straight away. But how does it work? So we're essentially running the last 200 meters of this track. And the reality is, we're not even running the 200 meters. We're probably running like 160. So as it comes through, you can see we are going through at times 1 speed, which is good. No excuses. And we're back to landing within the green zone. But one thing you'll notice, green zone is very small, similar to the 100 and 200 meters. But you can see there, we've got a perfect. We're going to come around this corner. There'll be another one of those, which is the blue boost one, which we need to hit. Here it comes. And we've got that. And then all of a sudden we get to here. And then we hold, release. It was a good release. It wasn't the best perfect. It was okay. It's acceptable. We can see here, we hardly have any time left. We've got 4 seconds left here. So you can see how, if that was 30 seconds and we had those extra 2 seconds, we'd definitely be on for a PB here. We are going to have to lunge for the line. And same as we do for all running races on Athletics Championship. But as we start getting closer to that line, we are definitely going to have to make a dip, and it's going to be close. There we go, and dip. Look at that. Did we just get a PB? We actually got a PB. So you can see there, well, actually we took the national lead. Let's just go back a little bit, because that doesn't happen often. It was my own national record, to be perfectly honest. This is the national record for the US. So, if you've got 30 seconds, you smash that. Yeah? So, it's great to see, get a national record. They don't come about too often. There's still quite a few national records we can sort of get. They do reset at the end of the season, I'm pretty sure. It's actually my first season doing national records. If I just go back ever so slightly, you know, I just want to show you. Look how far back everyone is. They are still coming around the home stretch. If we look above where it says energy, you can see those 2 torso figures of runners in white trying to come through. So as I said, you really don't get the issues. But you see there, that gave me a national record. So using that as a method versus what other people are using, I know I'm just as quick, because other people would, if their methods were better, I wouldn't be getting close to them. Yeah. I still need to upgrade some equipment, which is why currently world record is out. But yeah, it's definitely worth looking at some of the other methods as well. So I'll go back to the where we're going around the track, because obviously you can see here my energy is 0 because I used it all up. There is another train of thought, which is we're gonna use it up. Let's say we didn't activate it straight away and we left ourselves a bit of energy. We'd come through here. We can actually use the energy in this piece. I'm fast forwarding through. You do have to be careful though. If you've got lots of energy saved up, you need to release it well in time to be able to hit this green marker. If you leave it too late, you're going to have to react extremely quickly, shifting from the blue button down to the green button. As we go through, you'd use the boost again here. So you could use it on the track. Now, I probably need to do another practice run where I try and keep as much for the track as possible. There is another train of thought as well, which is some people do it to just keep themselves in the lead and then save as much boost for the end. There is another one though where you've got the boost button, what people do is they just repeatedly tap the button. So essentially giving themselves 1% boost constantly. So no prolonged press. I don't like that. I don't think it's a very good tactic. I think if I was to probably do a piece where I try the different tactics, and we'll do that at some point. We'll show different ways to be able to play different events. You know, my initial videos are all around how do I play the game, but we will do that comparison of different techniques. We also know that since the last update, the variance on the 5,000 meters and the 10,000 has massively come down. Yeah, it's massively come down, that variance. So by trying methods now, we really are seeing which is the best method. If we were doing that probably 2 months ago, the variance going into an event meant you could be running a 1240. I could run the next race and it's a 1247. It's a 1253. And I couldn't do anything about it. And it was nothing to do with how I was performing in the race. It was all to do with whatever the system decided to give me as this is your race sort of max, the best race time you can get in this race is this. So really interesting to be able to start playing with some additional techniques now. But that's it for the 5,000. As I said, 10,000 will come shortly. I will release slightly differently probably for 10,000. I don't know. I might actually just release it out there. Let's be honest. Let's give out the how we do it and let the better person win. Maybe that's more the key. There is also a new sort of like Nations League type of thing, which I'm hoping we'll cover that at the same time as well. So that's it for now. Video is obviously up. Like, share, subscribe. We will get into the other events, covering how I do them. We'll also get into some of the sort of team events that are there, the individual events that are coming out, some of the newer bits. We're looking forward to pole vault. So if you're watching this now and pole vault is out, there was a time when pole vault wasn't. And maybe we should actually cover the old way of doing pole vault, just so people can see how bad it actually is now and how bad it was if you're looking backwards. So that's it for today. So over and out, and I will see you on the next video.